Hello there, friends, and welcome back to my channel. It is Amy here, and I am super excited to introduce you to a brand new product that Stampin' Up! Introduced in our brand new annual idea book. It is found on page 84 and 85 of the catalog, and what it is some really cool washi tape, much bigger roll than you are accustomed to. This is actually a little over 3 inches wide, and what's really cool is there is a stamp set that coordinates with it. So this image right here is one big stamp, and it matches a section of the washi tape. So there is a section of the washi tape that's kind of like pinks and reds, and then another section that is purples and blues. And it gets even better because there is a coordinating die. So this is one full die, and it matches, well, I guess maybe I should do it this way. It matches not only the stamp set, but it also matches the washi tape. So let me put this down here, and let's see if I can do this the right way. I think it goes this way. So you line it up, and then you can run this through your die cut machine in one pass and get all of these flowers. Now you'll see some of these that I have in my hand right now have a white background, some have a yellow background, and that is what I am going to teach you with the projects that we make today. So I'll show you quickly. And all of these, the die, the stamp set, and the washi tape is offered a la carte too. So you can get a bundle of the stamps and the die together, and then the washi tape, or you can buy it individually. And this is a thick roll. I think this is gonna last quite some time. But I do have a few cards here. With this one, I actually placed the washi tape on a piece of the seafoam cardstock. Here is one, and it's on the white, and then I included on both of these, I used the Gardens and Glass dry embossing folders, so you can see how nicely they coordinate, and they're super easy because you get so many. Here is a card I did, and I just stuck the washi tape on a piece of white willow cardstock and then put it right on my card front, and then I did another section and ran it through the die cut machine. So I had a bunch of little individual embellishments to add to the card. Here is a fun little tag that I made, and this features the new party banner dies and the party alphabets, and then the washi. And today I'm going to teach another like a stenciling, sponging technique, and we will also make a layout. So I'm going to clear my desk and we'll get started. Alrighty, I pulled my die cut machine out, and I just wanted to run the die through and show you. So if you're not familiar with the Stampin' Up! Die cut machine, it embosses as well. I love this machine. What I love is the recipes are right on the one plate, so you never have to worry about losing a paper that lists what plate you need for whatever task you're doing. So you want to put a 1 plate down, a 2 plate, 1 3 plate. Then I'm going to take my die And my white willow cardstock is what we're going to use right now. I'm laying my die down, and you want the raised portion. Those are the blades, so that goes face down. Then I'm going to put my other 3 plate, and it runs through your machine super easy. So I just wanted to show that. I know most of you know how to do that, but in case we have any new followers, I wanted to do a quick demonstration. Then you lift this up. I've got all of these other little images that I can use for another project, but what I want to use this piece for is a stencil. So I have stamped already with black memento the Extraordinary Floral stamp. So it's all one stamp, and you get all of these images, which I think is fantastic. So what I'm going to do is put my stencil right on top of this and line it up. And hopefully I am doing that well, looking through my phone. And then I'm going to take my blending brush, and I'm using Darling Duckling, which is one of the in colors for 2025 through 2027. And I'm going to tap it, and I'm going to tap off, and then just color in all of these images. So this is one way that you can add color to all these florals. Now I think that these florals look stunning, black and white. They could really enhance a scrapbook page and or a card. But if you don't like to color and you don't want to use the washi tape, this is a way to quickly add color. And you can get really creative with this, and you can do some blending with some different colors. You know, use some maybe oranges and reds. You could do greens. You can do all kinds of things. But I just wanted to show you really quickly. Ta-da! And then let's go ahead and do one more. I got some Granny Apple Green. I have a blender, and I did cut another stencil because I didn't want to mix the colors. And we'll line this one up. And you can use these over and over again. If you cut that die with the heavy white, basic white cardstock, that's pretty sturdy, durable, and you can use these for several things. And you could, you know, use the yellow one for different shades of yellow, use the green one for different shades of green. You don't need to cut a stencil for every color. But I just wanted to share some different ways on how you can use this collection. And I love that they made this stamp set one big stamp set and made one big die, so you're only stamping once and you're only cutting once. You're only running it through once. Now, to show you if you wanted to add, get creative, I got my Garden Green pad, and you could do some shading. You can make it darker. Just have fun with it. Get messy. And what I had done is I had stamped a bunch of these images while we were watching TV, and then I have them. So you can see, and then I can take my die and run these through my machine, and then I'll have a bunch of individual in the different colors. So I had done some pinks. This is Strawberry Slush, this was Pretty in Pink, and this was Petunia Pop. So I've got all kinds that I can choose from. I'm just going to put them in one of the little envelopes that my dies come in after I put them on the magnet sheets, and I can store them in there, and then I will have them whenever a project needs a little embellishment, or just have them on hand. So I want to share that with you, and now we'll start making a layout. Alrighty, I've pulled my glass mat in. Love the glass mat. You can create 12 by 12 projects. You could create up to 13 by 13 projects, but as you can see, all the grids are here, which makes it really easy to line things up. This is the one photo that I will be documenting, highlighting our extraordinary floral stamp set dies and this amazing washi tape. So before we get started on our layout, I know I shared with you how to create the stencil with the die, and I talked about how you can apply the washi tape to cardstock. So I'm actually going to do that now for you. Actually, I'm going to start this a little bit farther down. So I just have a piece of white willow cardstock. Any color cardstock will do, preferably a lighter shade so that you can see the images. I shared with you how I used some sea foam and some of the, I think it was lemon lolly cardstock. But what you want to do is just apply the washi tape, and it's a low tack tape, so it peels off very easily. And you could get a, for lack of a better word, the pizza stone cleaners from Pampered Chef. I don't even know if they're around anymore, but you can use that to smooth this out. But I don't even really need to smooth this out. It all came out really clearly. I'm going to take my snips and just trim right here. So here are the two sections. We've got the flowers that are the purples, the pinks, and the blues, and then we've got the pinks and the reds. And just like when I was making my stencil, you can line up your die and run that through your trimmer, and all those images will be cut. And you can take some post-it tape, or I've got some washi tape here, and you can tape down your die. I do have to say that this die is pretty easy. I've cut a lot of them without even adding the washi tape. It doesn't move. But let me grab my die cut machine. Now this particular die is small enough that you could use the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine if you have that. So I'm going to do my 1 plate, my 2 plate, a 3 plate. We'll put our cardstock in, put another 3 plate on top, and just run this through so you can see. Would love to know in the comments how many of you have the Stampin' Up! Die Cut and Emboss machine. I am in love with it. I thought I loved the Close to My Heart one, but this one is so nice. I especially love it because you don't have to worry about switching dials. It's all just with the plates. So as you can see, I have a bunch of images ready to go, and it was that easy. And when I demonstrate it putting the washi tape onto cardstock, that is exactly how I made this card. This panel right here is just cardstock with that washi tape. So it's pretty much what you're looking at right there. And then I ran it through and had actually cut pieces and embellished it like that. So let's get started on our scrapbook page. So another tip I want to share with you, when you buy DSP, you get this, or a kit, you get this kind of like title page that tells you what it is. I use these a lot as scrapbook bases. They're nice and sturdy and thick, and they work just like a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. This is the photo we're going to document, and I went through my papers, and I love the Country Woods DSP. I was really happy they brought this back. Originally it was going to be retired, but they brought it back, and it's got that rustic kind of beach wood grain. This collection, as you can see, I use it a lot. It is perfect for so many occasions, whether it be a beach day you're documenting. I think this one goes great with fall flowers, spring flowers. It's just a super versatile collection. I'd like to call this a neutral pack because it goes with just about everything and anything. I could see it for Christmas, holidays, you name it. So I took a scrap of that and cut it at 3.5 by 12, and then I just tore the paper. And my logic is I'm going to have this right in the center. Now I'm only documenting one photo. I normally don't do one photo on a 12 by 12 layout, but I found in the recent months that I've been doing a lot of 1 and 2 really simple, clean, more white space than normal pages, and I really like them. So to demonstrate tearing your paper, I have a few videos from maybe a year ago on some of the fun techniques you can do with tearing paper. I will add links to the product description box to that one video, and I will also put in the description box all the products that I use. So here is just a piece of DSP, and you can do this with cardstock as well. And what's nice about the two-tone cardstock is you do have that white in the center, so you can, if you want that to be seen, you have that option. It's fun to do the paper tearing and get that white look when you're doing snow or sand. And as you can see, I just demonstrated, I am tearing towards me, and that's what will give the white view. If you don't want the white view, then you would tear opposite. And some techniques or tips that I teach in my other videos, how you can moisten the paper and it will tear more easily if you're struggling to tear it. But I will definitely put that link in the description box. So that's all I did with this particular piece, and I did want it to kind of dip in the center and then go out. And then I'm going to put my photo kind of right in the center. And then I pulled out this new die set. I actually have the bundle, the Just a Note, and oh my gosh, am I having so much fun with this. So I took the notebook piece of paper that mimics like tearing a piece of paper out of the spiral notebook. And I just used a scrap. So I only had a little bit. So as you can see, I don't even have the full notebook here. But what I wanted to do was stick this underneath like that. And all I'm going to do is just add all my little flower cutouts and kind of decorate all over the page. And I also took all the little images from this die set and I pulled out the new, this is the Flower Garden foils. This paper is, it's gorgeous. I mean, like everything, it's so much better in person. And I thought this lent itself great to my photos. So you've got 3 different shades. You've got the silver, you've got the strawberry slush, and I want to say they call this, is this the pretty in pink, did they say? Yeah, the pretty in pink. And so you get 12 by 12 sheets, and you get 2 different textures. So you get that pattern, and you get that floral pattern, and you get both of those patterns in all 3 of the colors for a total of 6 sheets. And what I did is I just got a bunch, I cut some scraps and then just cut a bunch of the shapes from that die set. And I thought it would be fun to add these to the page amongst all of the flowers. So let's go ahead and dry fit some of this, and then I'll adhere it and come back and show you the finished page. So I think I'm going to bring this down a little bit. And then the other thing, I pulled out my trusty little container that has all of the messages. I've been using this a lot. In fact, I've got to, while we're watching TV, use my die cut and stamp and cut a bunch more of these because this is so handy. This is a great investment because you will use this all the time. And just whenever you have some free time, just stamp the image and then run it through so you have a bunch of them ready to go. I was thinking of doing stamping in blue, but I had a Forever Friends in pink already cut and stamped. So I said, you know what? Let's use that. So I'm thinking that's going to go right here. And I love, I think this is so much fun. It was kind of like playing paper dolls with the little binder clip. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to bring this down a little bit. So I thought I could put that there like that so it looks like it's paper clipped. Isn't that cute? And then let's just start building our page with all of these fun little flowers. I really hope that we'll see more of this type of washi tape moving forward. I think it would be so cool to have it for the holidays. You know, imagine little candy canes and snowflakes and little Santas and presents and bows. I think that would go over really, really well. And with this, at first I thought I was only going to use the purples and the blues part of the tape, but I'm enjoying mixing them together. I think they go great together. So it may look like we spent a lot of time on this page, but as you saw how quickly and easily it is to get all of these images cut at once. It's with one pass of your of your die cut machine thanks to that die. Brilliant. Thank you, Stampin' Up. So I'm just kind of, I love this photo, and we only had one photo of my girls went on a boat ride, a sunset cruise, and I just love this photo, so it needs to be documented. Okay, here are two of the arrows, and in this die set, another brilliant thing, thank you Stampin' Up, this is one die, so you get two in one pass, just like with the paper clips. Brilliant. And I don't really need the arrow, so what I'm going to do is stick those down underneath, and I'll do one a little bit longer. This one will overlap, and I think that the foil just is the perfect added touch to this page. So it is kind of nautical, but florally, for lack of a better word, I don't know. So we'll just sprinkle some of these other little bits. Maybe I will use that around. Maybe we'll do a purple right here, and then I do have the stars and the hearts from that, just a note set, so we put one right there, and then here's another binder clip. So put that there, and then I pulled out my ephemera packs, because they're not just for card making. So I pulled out this collection. It's the Greetings for All Mix and Match, and they've just got all different kinds of sentiments. Great for card making, but why not use them for scrapbooking? So I was thinking of the white one, Oh Happy Day, but let's check out the black. I don't know, this might be too, so I thought about going like that. No, I like the white. Yeah, I like the white. So yeah, the ephemera packs are great for memory keeping as well. Maybe we'll put a heart right here and make this look like it's clipped to the torn paper. Maybe have a flower coming out like that. And I think I'll get some twine, and we'll put some twine there. And this I'm gonna have stick out a little bit more. And you know that I love the paper clips, so what if we went like this? And then maybe I could do a little bit of twine, maybe tie a bow right there, and then just do some twine there. I think we need a little something over here. Maybe, do we have another star? Yeah, we do have a star. I could put a star right here. I think it's, I wonder if I should have a silver star. Maybe a silver star might look better there. Or maybe we'll, might have to cut another silver star. I don't know where my stars are. Anyway, yeah, I definitely think I want a silver star. I could do the heart though. Where do we want the star? Oh, here's a silver star. Let's try this. I don't know, maybe I want the pink one. The silver. I don't know. I'll decide. But that's pretty much what I'm thinking of. And then I can just write, you know, the date or a little bit of journaling around here. So let me go ahead and get all this adhered, and then I'll be back to show you the finished product. Alrighty, I got everything adhered, and I did add some twine. I took the white twine from the Essentials pack. You get 5 spools. So I added some ribbon or a tie there with a bow, and I added a bow to that paper clip. I thought about adding a bow here, but I don't know, that might be a little too much bows. I added some more clusters there and did my journaling, and I just wrote right along the edges of the tiered paper. Now, the one thing I am considering doing, and I thought I'd do it on video with you, is just doodle around the perimeter of the page just to kind of ground it in. So let's go ahead. I'm going to use my black journaling pen, and I am just going to do some perfectly imperfect waves. And we'll go down, and then I always like to do 2 lines because it just makes it kind of all look intentional. And I chose the black pen to bring out the black in that ephemera piece. So I would also like to know in the comments, are you more of a scrapbooker who has lots going on, more busier pages, or are you more of a clean creator of pages like this where there's more white space? I would love to know. As I mentioned, I have been doing a lot of pages that are just 1 or 2 photos. And I don't know if simpler is the right word to use, because you can still have a lot going on with fewer photos. But I am having fun documenting more everyday life photos that I don't necessarily have multiple photos of the particular event or theme or thing, that story I am documenting. Yeah, I like the squiggly lines to kind of ground it all, border it all in, and I think the black brings out the black in the ephemera pack and in the journaling. So there you have it. Lots of different ways to use this amazing washi tape. I would love to know what you're creating with it, and hopefully I taught you some new things today on ways to use it. And it goes so nicely with the die and the stamp set. So what technique are you going to try first? Are you going to try the stenciling with the blending brushes? Are you going to just do some stamping, or are you going to use the tape? Let me know in the comments. If you don't already subscribe to my channel, if you could hit that subscribe button, that just helps my little channel to grow. Hit the like button. Love it when you comment. Love to hear your thoughts. And if you know of anybody who might enjoy this video, go ahead and share it with them. And I will catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.